Hi, I'm Quincas and I'm a synth DIY guy. As I mentioned on the build video for the Even VCO, I will now be making separate videos for the build and the demo of each module I receive. I think different people may be more interested in one or the other, and it's easy enough to simply watch both videos back to back if you wish. I also felt the need to reduce my workload a little bit, as I'm starting to get swamped juggling my composing work, my family life, and my channel duties. So this should make it easier for me to meet my 4 videos a month quota. So let's get on with the demo for the Even VCO. Alright, here we go. So first thing I want to show you is the tracking. I just touched up a little bit of the calibration. Now check it out, this is my tuner. We have a C note happening. Here on the oscilloscope you can see part of a triangle wave. You'll see more of it as we shift up in octaves. So check out the tracking on this thing. This is 16 feet, 8 feet, 4 feet, 2 feet, 1 foot, half, a quarter, 1/8, 1/16. At 1/16 it blinked a little bit towards the flat side, but that's really negligible, it's not really audible. So this is as perfect as I've ever seen an analog oscillator track. It's unbelievable. And the triangle wave is absolutely perfect too, and it required no shape adjustment. That's all preset by the components in the module. So let's listen to the sine wave. Here we go. That's pretty damn perfect sine wave too. Perfectly shaped, perfect sound. You do lose a little bit of volume at the high frequency, which is a blessing, in my opinion. Okay, let's check out the pulse wave. And this is the wave that you can modulate the pulse with. And you can modulate that pulse with externally as well. Here's the saw wave. Also perfect, no adjustment was necessary. And finally, this is the even wave, which is the wave that's unique to this module, which, as I understand it, is a mix between the saw and the sine. I may be wrong, it could be the square and the sine, but since I'm moving pulse width and it's not changing anything, I'm guessing it's actually the saw and the sine. It almost has like an octave, like a sub-octave thing going. It's very mellow sounding compared to the straight up saw. I really like the way it sounds. This is how much range you have in the tune knob. It's small enough that you can make very minute adjustments, which is what you really want. The one thing I wish this module had, but it doesn't because of its size, is a free-flowing coarse knob, because I do like to play the oscillator with my hands, so that would have been nice. But it's pretty fun to play with the octave knob anyway, and if I want something free-flowing I can always connect the joystick or some other kind of continuous controller like a ribbon. Anyway, let's make a sequence. So I'm going to connect my 1 volt per octave source right here. It's the BeatStep Pro. And I'm going to connect the envelope generator to the VCA here. So I'm not using any filters or anything. Let's add some sustain to the envelope. Let's go to a lower octave and make it like a bass line. Add a little bit of reverb, because now we're making music. Let's create a sequence here. I love creating sequences randomly like that. Let's modulate that down. That's a sequence going on with the Even VCO even output. Sounds pretty nice, even without any filtering. How about I clock that delay with the clock output of the Beat Step Pro? That would be nice. So cool to be able to change the octave on the oscillator like that, especially because you can do it independently from the other oscillators that you may be using on the same voice. Because if you transpose the sequence, you're transposing all of the oscillators at once. If you only transpose this VCO, and it's perfectly in tune. Very reliable. I've tried it on my aquarium case, which is fed by a switching supply that some of my oscillators aren't super happy with. The Even VCO is totally fine there. Alright, so let's hear what that even wave sounds going through a filter. I'll use my... Which filter should I use? I'll use the Polyvox filter right here. Bring that in level down so it doesn't distort so much. A little bit less resonance, a little bit less delay. Now let's add an LFO to that CV. Nice. How about we change the sequence, maybe compose a sequence. So, empty pattern. I'll give myself 4 notes just to have sort of a metronome going. Let's turn down the octave. And let's check out that square wave. How about we use a different filter now, the Erica Synths multi-mode filter. Yeah, this one's a little bit cleaner. Faster. Hard sync can be a cool effect, so let's send it a square wave from my Erica Synths. And now let's send a LFO to the FM of the Even VCO. Now that may be a little too much. Yeah, there's another thing that's sort of missing due to the size constraints of this module. It would be nice to have an attenuator for the FM input, but you know, On a full feature system, you probably have an attenuator bank anyway. Like right here, I'm using my triple attenuating mixer for that purpose. Pulse width modulation going on. Let's hear it in FM. So I'm going to send a triangle wave from the Erica Synths oscillator into the FM input right here, and now we'll have this free flowing here, and I'll send joystick control That's it, I hope you liked it. If so, please consider joining us on Patreon so I can keep doing this for a long time. See you soon and stay noisy.